We have thighs kissing day in and day out. I love Miss Kitty and I hope you love your Miss Kitty too. Wipe, wipe. Keep it there. Do not bring it here. Your urine is jaundiced yellow. A stinking quitter. This video is highly anticipated and this video comes from your self-loving and loving plus size girly. And I'm going to be giving you my routine from A to Z to have the best smelling Miss Kitty. Okay? And making sure that this whole summer, when you are squatting down, you are not dying from your own scent down there. Okay? You need to be feeling fresh. You need to be feeling yourself. And honestly, when you have problems down there, it really makes you feel really insecure and like, I don't know, I don't like it. So this is what I do. This is what even my gynecologist has some of these things recommended. This is what I've learned throughout my life. And also I posted my routine on Twitter and the girlies, they were hyping it up and the girls were eating it up. And some of them who used it and who tried those things, oh, they were in my DMs like, Miss Thang, yeah, you were onto something. We love it. So to avoid a stinking quitter, this is what we're going to do. So I've got 4 pillars. I've got the inside, the outside, the during the day, and afterwards or during the reds. So let's go. Okay, so starting with the inside. You have to realize that as us as women, our womb literally sits just below our stomach. And if you are not detoxing, you are causing yourself harm. One thing that my grandmother taught me since I was a young girl was the importance of detoxing. As women, our womb literally sits just right below our stomach area. If you're not detoxing, all those toxins and all that scent literally will be passing through your Miss Thing. So first things first, I detox at least once a week or every fortnight. The first way that I detox, for me, it is the way that I was taught back home in South Africa, that I was taught by my grandmother. Get yourself a 2-liter jug, put in some salt that you can taste and slightly above the salt that you can taste. Drink that water warm and get under a blanket and let it work, and then you will be going to the toilet just like within an hour and you're done. Detox yourself from inside out. It will help you. Secondly, probiotics. I take probiotics. I take these probiotics that I've put right here on screen. These ones I take every morning, every day. And to be honest, I have never really had yeast infections or any UTIs, but these have been helping me out. Like sometimes when I feel like my scent is a bit off, because everybody has got a scent, girl. Everybody has got a scent, but you know when it starts to smell not great, that's where the problem is. Third, eat a lot of fruits. Why are you not eating fruits? I know a lot of people who think it's cool that they're not eating fruits. It's not. So eat a lot of fruits. I would highly recommend you eat citrus fruits. Citrus fruits will actually make you smell just better overall. And also drinking lemon infused water is really good. Like it is another great way of detoxing, because detoxing is not only that your detox just to go and poo in the toilet. Detoxing is also detoxing through drinking enough water so that like your body is regulating itself well and is cleaning out all those toxins within you. Diet. You have to be aware that eating certain foods and eating certain types of foods will consistently affect your diet. When your diet is not balanced and when your diet is consistently takeaways and all those greasy oils and stuff like that, and you're not nurturing your body, of course your cooter is gonna stink. Like what do you expect? You know, make sure that your diet has got foods that are nurturing to you, and make sure that it's got a lot of vegetables, because those are the things that cleanse you. I know some people think that being vegan is also the only way that you can be nurturing to your body and that you can be healing to your body, but it's not, because sometimes your body needs the protein from meat to actually regulate itself and to avoid any imbalances down there. So eat well, try to be mindful, and every time you're eating, eat stuff like yogurt. Like Greek yogurt is really healthy and it's really good. Eat a lot of vegetables like broccoli, lettuce, nurturing vegetables, and eat a lot of fruit. It will be really helpful for you. And especially the yogurt is going to be very balanced into your pH, which is one of the reasons why sometimes when you have a stinking quitter, it means that your pH is a bit off. Cranberry juice. One thing about cranberry juice is a lot of people like to drink it only when they have slept with someone or only when they have UTIs. I have never had a UTI, and I can't sit here and say that maybe it's because I drink cranberry juice literally every day, like a glass every day, but I drink cranberry juice a glass every single day. Just a tiny little glass every single day, cranberry juice. It doesn't hurt. If you don't like the taste of cranberry juice, get yourself some cranberry supplements. I sometimes just rely on supplements, like the pills. I'll put them here, the ones that I use, and I've also linked them in my Substack, and I've also linked them below. In my Substack, you will get a more detailed routine that has been written down, because I'm a better writer than I am a speaker. And last but not least, you're not being a cool girl by not drinking water. You're not being a cool girl by not being drinking water. Drink water. This is why your urine is jaundiced yellow. This is why, like, your cooler is complaining to the public every time you sit down in your sit down areas, like, please help. All right, drink water. Like, if you don't like the taste of water, which is so fucking weird that you don't like the taste of water, get lemons or lime, put them in the water, and you will drink the water. Like, drink water, and don't just drink juice. No, drink water. So now to the favorite part of mine, the shower routine, or the actual feminine hygiene cleansing routine. I'm going to try and be slow and be intentional and be clear with this one. Okay. 1, shower twice a day. I don't give a damn where you are. Shower twice a day. If my grandmother taught me to shower twice a day when we was in Zimbabwe, where there was no water sometimes, and we had to go to the river and get water, and she still showered me twice a day, you in your fancy shower or your relatively okay shower, you in these European countries or wherever you are, surely you can find a bucket of water at least that you can use on your cooler. 2, an antibacterial soap is your bestest friend in your shower routine. I have 2 different shower routines. In the morning, I only use water because obviously I've been sleeping. Unless if oversleep, I was active or in a relationship or whatever, then I would use the antibacterial soap still in the morning. But I don't want to also overuse the product, the antibacterial soap, that is causing irritation. Personally, I am sensitive girl. My Miss Kitty is sensitive, so I've got to be gentle with her. You know what I mean? But this is your best friend. I'm not even going to stress this enough. It is your best friend. I love the Dettol antibacterial soap. It is the bestest ever. It is moisturizing, it is cleansing, and you will literally just see the difference. If there is one thing you're going to take away from this video, is antibacterial soap. Not even just on your Miss Kitty, but all over your body. Antibacterial soap is literally your bestest friend in this. So get you a Dettol one. Particularly, I really recommend this one above any other, not even Dove. Because I've used Dove before, and personally I didn't even like the fact that it was slightly scented. This has got a slight scent to it, but honestly it's nothing that is going to cause you any irritation. And secondly, antibacterial soap is really good on us, especially plus size girl, to wash between the crevices and stuff like that, because we have meats folding over our Miss Kitty. We have thighs kissing day in and day out. Bacteria likes warm and wet places, and we will be sweating. So antibacterial soap is really important to make sure that any bacteria that is stuck between your crevices, that is stuck between your fupa, that is stuck underneath your fupa, that is stuck between the thighs, that is stuck inside the lips, your girl is, please do not put this inside. Please do not put this inside. No putting things inside. No. Just wash with her outside. Also, when you're washing your girly, you're not rushing. You're not rushing. Wherever you go, they will know you're coming. They'll know you're coming, so you're not going to be late. You're not going to be late because you were washing your cooter. So please do not be spending just gone. What? No, Miss Thing. No. Take your time. Take that shower head, put it down there, and wash. Wash until you feel that the soap is gone. And wash, give it a good minute. I remember I used to watch a YouTuber here who used to say she takes at least 3 minutes washing herself down there. And that's true. Water is your best friend when it comes to your feminine hygiene. So wash with water and take your time. This water, you're out. Also, when you're washing between the crevices and your antibacterial soap, use exfoliating gloves, especially even on the top, you hear me, on the top of your girly. Use the exfoliating gloves. They are really good at removing that dead skins or those dead skin cells or whatever that also over the course of time cause those scents. You must have a towel that is designated just for your Miss Kitty. So when you come out of the shower, now that you have washed hair and everything, get you a towel like this, like a face towel, just like a small face towel. And while you're drying the rest of your body, immediately, like I like to fold it like in this sort of dark, it's long, yeah, like this, not in a square version, and then put it literally right between your thighs. Make sure that you put on the sides of the thighs as well, where your thighs are really warm, and right under your fupa as well, and right under your girl, like really right to the when you're touching your back a little, and keep it there. The reason is, As plus size girls, we are very warm naturally. So if you don't proper dry yourself, you're already creating a safe haven for bacteria. So you need to make sure that you proper dry yourself and you take the time to dry yourself. That's why I like to leave the towel there, leave it between the cheeks, between the thighs, on the girl, right to the back, and make sure that she is profusely dried, because as long as you leave that area wet and your thighs causing that warmth, it becomes literally a home sweet home for bacteria, and bacteria is one of the many things that is going to cause your sit down air to stink like hell. I know a lot of people do not moisturize their girly, and the reason why I believe that you should moisturize is any dry skin that you do not moisturize, sometimes it creates so much oil and perspiration to try and moisturize itself and combat that dryness. And that then leads to certain scents that are not great, especially in summer when you're walking and whatnot. So I highly recommend you use coconut oil to moisturize your girly after you've dried her and everything. Just a little bit. Don't use too much also. That is also going to cause perspiration to the point that you're now just wet again. Use a little bit of coconut oil. If you do not have coconut oil, I highly recommend...
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
If you don't have coconut oil, I highly recommend you use the Johnson & Johnson or any baby oil that you trust. I like this one, and it has got a really it's not too scented, and obviously it's healthy for a baby. It will be healthy for my girl there. And my girl has not had a problem with this. If anything, I love this so much. I also use it to shave if I'm not using coconut oil. Another thing that you can use is tea tree oil, but I like to use tea tree oil only after shaving because it helps with ingrown hairs. But you can use a little bit of tea tree oil to moisturize her and to have her feeling great. Before you moisturize, get yourself witch hazel or glycolic acid and a cotton pad. You're not putting, please hear me very loud, you're not putting this directly on your girl. You're not putting this directly on your girl, because this is not supposed to be even there. We'll see how we were just doing here, because I love this product. I'll do a video where this product is your holy grail to self-care. But you're not between your thighs. So this is Miss Kitty. This is Miss Kitty, right? Your thighs here and your fupa. Get a cotton pad, get glycolic acid, wipe. You understand? Your thigh cheek, your thigh crevice, your fupa crevice. This is also breeding ground for bacteria. And during the day, glycolic acid, I'll list the benefits on screen, but it's got really great benefits on reducing odor. So using these, not on your girl, I repeat, not on your girl, but on the crevices, like this is your thigh, this is the cooter, just above here, under your fupa, because those are the areas that will create a lot of scents that sometimes are not even coming from a Miss Kitty, and now you're walking around sounding or giving people the idea that your Miss Kitty stinks, when really it's just bacteria that's been breeding around those areas. So use the glycolic. I love this product so much. Oh my god, I live by it. Love it. And then me personally, I actually recommend that you shave. I feel like when you do not have any hair follicles that are clinging onto pits and clinging onto all those bacteria and all perspiration, sweating, and all of that, it is much easier to maintain your odor down there, and it is much easier for you to recognize when the odor is off. You get me? So like me personally, I highly recommend you shave. For shaving, I use coconut oil or baby oil. I do not use any shaving products. Lather this like you are never going to run out. I lather this on him and I'm good to go. And also I like to use Venus, but I'm not this particularly. I'm going to put it on screen. There is the Venus products that I once worked with Venus, and they changed my life. They are literally used, I think it's a 5-blade razor, and it's literally designed for women to shave down there. So I would highly recommend you use that. Now we're coming to the third section of this video. This video is going to be very long, but I honestly promise you that this is the video that if you follow this to a T, you are never going to be disappointed. So now we're coming to section 3, which is during the day. So now you're spending your time during the day, you're doing whatever. Even if you're home, I highly recommend you do these things. 1, get yourself a bidet. A bidet, this is my bidet. Let me show you. This is a bidet. I got my bidet from Shein. It was only £4. This is it, and you wash it first before. Don't just be pouring water and shoo all over yourself. Wash it first. This is my bidet, and if I'm home and I go to the toilet 1 or 2 times, for the second time I'm going to wash up it with just clean water, nothing else. Clean water, just shh. It will leave you nice and sweet and clean. This will make sure that during the day, any sweating or any bacteria that's forming from your thighs, kissing in that, any warmth that's forming there and causing you to have you know, a scent or any piece that is just like sticking on your skin or sticking on your hairs, if you're the girly that doesn't like shaving, it will just make sure that you stay clean and you don't stay having any scents that are not a scent of you. Or if you're out, and if I'm out or shopping or whatever, dinner, I usually carry this little bottle. If you can see, it is the bottle that you can open like this. I carry this little bottle with clean water inside, and every time after I use, whether it's a public toilet or wherever I am, every time I use a toilet, I would just, especially in winter, I do it every other time, but during summer I do it very often. I use it, and then you just like spray like that, wash yourself a little bit. It will just help keep you fresh. I know a lot of people might say this is a lot of things to do, you don't need to do this. You do what works for you, baby. You do what works for you. Me over here, I love smelling great, and I love making sure that I smell great. So yeah. Paper towel when you go to the toilet. Instead of using tissue, use paper towel. Paper towel would not leave those little fleckles and those little debris and those little tissue things stuck around you. Paper towel, especially kitchen paper towel, high grade, will be really good. I'll put the one that I use on screen because I'm lazy to go to the kitchen and grab it. My bathroom one is finished. I actually buy the paper towel one for the bathroom, and if when I'm going out, I rip out some papers, and then I fold them nicely and I put it in my purse, in my little Zipline bag. Do not just be putting in your purse. There's a lot of bacteria that's in your purse. Put in your little Zipline bag, and every time you go to the toilet, instead of using a tissue, just use a clean paper towel, and you're good to go. Also, if you do not want to be carrying around a bidet or like this little bottle, get yourself some wet wipes. I personally like baby wipes or them wet tissue wipes. I'll put that on screen as well, or them wet tissue wipes, because using dry tissue, guys, I think we have been learning that tissue is just not even that effective to clean your behind. Tissue is not effective to be cleaning your behind. And also, I don't want to shame anyone I don't want to sound like I'm shaming anyone when I say we should all know that you should be wiping front to back, not back to front. You know, front to back, not back to front. I don't want to shame anyone because I'm fully aware that there are some people who just do not have those mother figures to be teaching them around, or sister figures to be teaching them. But if you're wiping your back, please keep it behind. Keep it there. Do not bring it here. There. And after you've wiped with a tissue, get a proper wet wipe, like the baby wipe or the tissue wet wipes, and you use that, clean behind there. And if you are able to in your home or even you're outside, I've given you the idea of the bidet. Get the bidet and clean. Guys, I like to be clean, so I make sure that I clean everything, okay? Make sure you carry your wet wipes, clean behind. Do not bring it to the front. Do not spread your legs and do this. No, you do it from behind like that, okay? Not high here. No, there. Also, if you're outside a lot, especially now it's summer, we're going to festivals and whatnot, carry an extra pair of underwear. After a certain amount of time, remove your underwear and change your underwear into a new one, especially if you notice that this underwear that you're wearing has got a scent on it. I don't know. I usually just carry an extra underwear. I don't always use it, but you never know. Sometimes you're really desperate to go to the toilet to the point that you're dropping a little bit of urine on your underwear, especially with the queues in some of these toilets. Girl, you'll be almost pissing yourself. Let's not be ashamed to say that. Sometimes you're waiting for the toilet to the point that you're almost pissing yourself. It is always great to know that you have an extra pair of underwear that you can simply swap with. Also, always carry the baby nap papers, plastic bags in your purse, because you never know when you're going to need them. I will do what's in my purse one day if you guys are interested. Okay, now section 4, which is the reds. The reds are your periods, your menstruation cycle. This is also, me personally, I've noticed that my cooter smells slightly different and has got such a slightly stronger scent before my reds and after my reds. So my hygiene is even top a notch during that time, because you don't want to be sitting next to someone and they know that you're on your reds. No, it can't be happening like that, baby. Nobody needs to clock. Like, even when I'm dating someone, they never know I'm on my reds, because personally my reds are quite simple, touch wood, thank God. I don't have pains, I don't slight small mood swings, but I'm a moody person. So anyway, again, use your bidet every time you go to change your pad, your cup, your tampon, whatever you use. I use a tampon and a pad, so change them regularly, ideally every hour. Every time you go to the toilet, change them, because the longer they also stay there, the longer they accumulate and the longer they create a scent. So change them. So change them often, and when you change them, use your bidet or your little spray bottle and wash yourself a little, just to remove that residue of blood, because the longer that you also leave that residue of blood, because again, tissue is not enough, the longer that you use that residue of blood, the more it sticks there, the more it smells. You get me? So do that. And also, if you're out again, carry an extra pair of underwear. It literally doesn't hurt. Again, shower twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. When you go to the gym, shower after. I don't care if you have to shower 3 times a day. I sometimes shower 3 times a day. If my day is busy, I wake up in the morning, shower, go do what I need to do, go to the gym, shower, come back home, do what I need to do, shower before I get in my bed, because I cannot bring dust to my bed. Then after, I would highly recommend you use panty liners only after your rest, because sometimes you're still sporting and sometimes your body is still cleansing itself. So even if it's just clear liquid that is coming out or clear discharge, you are still cleaning yourself. So there will be a certain scent that is normal. So make sure that you wear a panty liner around those times. Otherwise, let your cutter breathe. Let it breathe. The other thing that I normally do after my reds, I normally do apple cider vinegar baths. I do this like once every 2 months. I don't do them very, very often, because me personally, I'm currently not active at all. So I don't need to be doing them very often, because when I'm active, I do them slightly often, at least once every month, because I'll be knowing that I'm hosting demands in this body, so I need to make sure that I am not catching anything from here. And then the last thing that I do after my reds is the 7-day suppositories. I'll put the ones that I use on screen. I get this on Amazon. I do this, I put them up there every night before bed, and I put a pad on my underwear, and I put a pad on my underwear, and over bed it will just cleanse itself and just rebalance my pH. Or sometimes I don't do it after my reds, but when I feel like my pH is off, which you can notice by a scent. You know your scent better. Trust me, nobody walks around there smelling like water, but you do have a slight scent that's unique to you. So once you can smell that that's slightly different, you can easily use the suppositories. Personally, this works for me, and personally, my girly is happy. So the last little bits that I would also recommend you follow to make sure that you've got the top tier, top notch, top ultimate feminine hygiene routine is 1, cotton underwears. I know I love a thong like no other, but at least make it be a cotton thong. Although I would recommend you just wear regular underwear, but me personally, I like thongs. I'm not even gonna come here and lie to you. I like my thongs, and I like my cotton thongs. I get mine from Calvin Klein or even from Primark, as long as they are cotton. Do there too. When you buy underwear from shops, wash it first before you put it on your body. Wash it first before you put it on your body. You don't know who's been touching, fiddling, whatever, all that bacteria from that dust, and then you just come and put it on your body. Wash it first. This girlie is very, 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 very sensitive, and the most thing she does is she sucks in energy, and she sucks in things. So you need to be careful. She's a vacuum. All right. So don't just buy underwear and put it on and call it a day. Wash it first and then wear it. Do not wash your underwear with chemicals that can cause harm. I usually hand wash. I was taught to hand wash my underwear, so I hand wash my underwear with my antibacterial soap. Yes, sometimes I get lazy and I let it be washed in the washer, but also make sure that your washing powder and stuff like that, antibacterial, and they will not cause any irritation down there. If you can, and if you're like me, please sleep naked and let her breathe. In fact, sometimes really do just spread your legs, especially when you have the bed to yourself. Why are you afraid? Just spread your legs and let her have a bit of fresh air, because during the whole day, you've been wearing an underwear and you have been covering her with your beautiful, thick thighs. So obviously she needs to breathe. She obviously needs a little bit of peace. You know what I mean? Just open your legs when you're laying in bed and just make her breathe. Sometimes she just wants to breathe, bloody hell, you know? So like, personally, I highly recommend sleeping naked. I've been sleeping naked my whole life. And if you want to wear pajamas and you're one of the girlies that prefer to sleep with pajamas, I would highly recommend you wear pajamas that are like dress pajamas, not short pajamas, so that you are not really putting any pressure and you're not really covering her and she can get to breathe. Yeah, so those are the things that I do personally, and I have got a happy Miss Kitty, and I do not have stinking sit down air and stuff like that. And as a plus size girly, I know that self-care and hygiene are very, very, very important. And in many cases, we do not have enough education for plus size girlies self-care hygiene routines, especially like in some homes. Like plus size girlies tend to find themselves in homes where they're not being taught, and they're being told that losing weight is the ultimate hygiene that they can do for themselves. Hygiene does not have body weight. Hygiene does not have body size. Hygiene does not have size. You have to be hygienic. This routine is for everybody, not just my plus size girlies. But as a plus size girly, I know the importance of having a routine, and I also know the importance that as a plus size girl, if you do not have a really good cleansing routine, you are going to suffer in this life. Okay, you're going, and it was just so annoying when you're seeing those videos and they always saying, oh yeah, like the plus size girl, I've sat next to a plus size girl and her sit down air stink. We're not having that anymore. So this is the ultimate self-care feminine hygiene routine that I as a plus size girl use. And also, should your Miss Girly have a worrying scent, please do not run away from doctors. They are there to help you, and you can also request a female gynecologist if that's what makes you comfortable. Ideally, that's what makes me comfortable. So you can have a female nurse, or go to your local or clinic or your GP or just go to the NHS hospital or dial 111 and tell them that you have a funny scent or whatever. They're always very friendly and very ready to help you. So do not sit at home with an itching coochie inside, with a painful coochie, with a stinking coochie, and not going to seek help. Go seek help. Also, don't you be douching down there. Don't you be douching, and don't you be putting yogurt down there. The fuck? Girl, and before I forget, this is optional. This is optional. You don't have to do this. But there is a deodorant that you can use down there. This is the deodorant I'm on about. I love this product. Love it, love it, love it. But do not spray it directly on your Miss Girly. Do you understand me? Do not spray it directly on your girl. Before you put your underwear on. You hear me? Before you put it on your skin. On the outside, not on the inside. Open it. Spray from a 15, literally spray like at this distance. Spray. It is just a cute deodorant that will keep your underwear and keep you fresh all day, especially between the thighs. Once you have done your glycolic acid routine, your coconut oil or baby oil, and then you just fuff this from a distance of 15 centimeters, you're good to go. This is my favorite thing, especially when I'm going to like the pool or something like that during the holidays. Love him. Anyway, this video is highly anticipated, and this video comes from your self-loving and loving plus size girly, and I can assure you, you write it down or you follow it. In fact, I have written it down for you. All you have to do is to subscribe to my Substack, and you will have all of this to your hand, and you will all have it all to you, literally step by step as well, even better than the way I did it in this video. And my Substack is cheap. It's only £5. You can't even buy a piece of bread for £5. Like you use £5 literally for the worst things possible. Even a bar of soap, even this soap is not £5. £5 for your self-care and self-love, with literal practical steps each week to better your self-love and to better yourself. But other than that, this is what I do, and this is what has kept me going all these years. I honestly believe that I haven't had any UTIs, any yeast infections, any funny scents. Even when I was on contraception, I would talk about my contraception story on a different day, but I had a really tough time with contraception. Even during that time, my hygiene was top tier. I've never had any problem with Miss Kitty. I love her so much. I love Miss Kitty, and I hope you love your Miss Kitty too. So your Miss Kitty shouldn't be having people that shouldn't be in there. If you're dating someone, make sure that their nails are cut. I don't even give a damn. Like me, I'm gonna be strict about that. This my girl. This my girl. Me and her together for life. Me and her, we attached. We one human being. Like, I love my girl. Don't be afraid to ask your sexual partners their test results, or to even go and get tested together. Don't be afraid to tell them like, cut your nails, because you will pay. You will pay. When Miss Kitty is complaining and she's itching and she's painful when you're peeing, it's not gonna go well, baby. Pee after sex. Pee after sex. You don't want his stuff stuck up there. Sometimes you're smelling because his rice water is still stuck right up inside you because you didn't shower properly. When you're showering properly after you've been with the mister and you let him do that to you, yeah, that's what my grandmother taught me, and it's working for me. I've never had no UTI. I've never even had any peeing pain or whatever. You know? Gentle pill. You're not just scraping around. Gentle pill. But yeah, those are the tips that I have for you. So I hope this works for you, and I hope you have a lovely day. Cheers to plus size girlies who smells like heaven. Let's smell like heaven. And also, I'm going to be bringing to you my shower routine as well, so make sure to subscribe, because it is juicy, it is lovely. It is just, if this is just as extensive, can you imagine my shower routine? Because I've even got some tips for the plus size girlies, period. I'm your plus size girly sister. My name is Semka Jenny, and I hope to meet you here next week on the same time, same day. I appreciate you, and I love you so much.